Salima, everyone. Welcome to another fantastic, life-changing, earth-shattering episode of Sidereal Astrology, Myth, Magic, Mysteries, and more. We are primed and ready to completely blow your minds today. We have a new moon that's coming up, I think, in a few hours, technically, if I'm looking at it correctly.
Technically, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it is.
More hours.
Yeah, it's definitely in Libra, not in, where are they saying it is? Scorpio.
Scorpio,
right now?
yeah.
Probably late in the
Scorpio.
Game, Scorpio.
Yeah, I think they even put Mars in Sagittarius already. I'm not really quite sure what mainstream is doing, you guys, but it's not real, actually.
No,
they're actually real.
They're making some stuff up over there. They're living in a wonderful, I hope they're having a great time in the fantasy bubble. But over here, we're keeping it real. We're probably keeping it a little too real. If you're new here, be sure to like, share, subscribe. You definitely want to join our community here on YouTube. On this channel, we also have another channel. We just got it uploaded and going. Yes. That is Sidereal Rising. I believe if you just put Sidereal Rising in the chat, you'll be able to find it. But I think it's at Sidereal Rising. We had our first episode last week. We had an awesome intro that you'll definitely be able to hear when you go and check that out. We had to re-upload. So right now, you guys, I don't know if you know how YouTube works, but basically we can't live stream on that other channel until we have so many hundreds of hours or whatever of what's that called? Viewing hours. Yes. So for now, we're just going to be live streaming those episodes here, and then we'll be moving them over. So if you see them over there and they look really sad and pathetic because nobody's watching it, that's why. It's because everybody watched it over here first.
Yeah.
Moving them over. Yes. Next week on Sidereal Rising podcast, which is still going to be on this channel for now until we get everything situated. We have Dr. Rumen Kolev. We are super, super excited to have him. We're going to follow that call up with the Babylonian astrology workshop, which I will be mostly running. Nikki will obviously be with me.
Yeah, I'm excited to be a part of it, you guys. I'm probably going to be quiet most of the time on there because I'm learning too. It's like Babylonian astrology is a little bit of a different animal than Sumerian astrology.
Yes, it's a little more complicated, definitely more familiar to what you're most people
right?
Definitely. Yes, absolutely. It is the foundation of Hellenistic astrology. So that'll be interesting. The link to join that one is going to be in the video description. So registration's free. Definitely check it out. It's a Saturday. The time and everything will be on the link, but you only get to watch the replays, you guys, if you are an ISAA member. ISAA stands for International Sidereal Astrology Association. You can find out more at siderealinternational.org. I've been fast. If you can't tell, I didn't realize. I've been telling Nikki for the last hour because we've been on the call. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to struggle today. I can barely keep my head straight. Like, I just feel so tired. And then here we are. And I've been dealing with this for the last week since I went back on OMAD, which is one meal a day and just like nonstop. Too productive. Okay. I'm definitely too productive. So I think that's probably good on the intro. Oh, I do want to tell you guys in case you care. Okay. I put my I have another channel now. It's called Temple of Nana. I have 7 subscribers. So if you guys want to go check it out.
Yeah, this is news to me too. This is so cool.
If you go to if you like EDM, okay, if you like trance and dubstep and dance music, if you need some like cool music to work out at the gym and you want it to have like real Sumerian texts in there, I created these Sumerian mantras and from these hymns and stuff, and I dig it. Like, obviously that's my thing. I'm really into it. So, but if you're interested, go over there and check that out. All right, I'll shut up now.
Yeah, music is totally therapy. I've been using music as therapy this past year and a half, just to like rewire my brain. And there's something about music with no words. It doesn't click on any, nostalgic things, doesn't click on any old memories. You're not thinking about anything. You can just flow and vibe. Oh, that's so cool. I'm excited. I love that.
Yes. There's a song on there, Nikki, that reminds me of you.
Yeah.
I didn't make it for you. I don't want it to sound like that because that sounds creepy. Like I'm hitting on you and I'm making you a mixtape, right? No. Like that's not what's going on.
Dude, I used to make all my friends mixtapes.
Everybody, yeah.
Everybody got a mixtape.
That's how you show your right?
Yeah, remember?
Oh. There's one of them on there for Anana. She's got like a line and stuff. Here, I'll show you real quick because I think I can switch over without causing. No, I can't already. You'll see it. Just go on there. You'll see it. But it's a really good one. All right. So what's happening, Niki?
Well, okay. Wow. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
So Mercury is in retrograde. Mercury started retrograde. Oh, I don't know the exact date.
I'll tell you. Hold on.
I cannot remember. But it's just, that's so funny. We're talking about remember, because like every time I've just thought about this retrograde, I think about that South Park episode with the member berries, or like, remember when? Remember?
Oh, I didn't see that one.
You didn't see that one?
No,
okay.
No.
All right. Well, I feel silly.
No.
But the member bear is so, because anytime a planet goes retrograde, and this is how it's been working for me, like it's either crazy town or it's crickets, nothing happens. So I'm always testing the theories. Like, is this really like, am I going to have a bunch of tech issues? Am I going to have a bunch of communication issues? And
it's been about a week.
Well, we've been talking about it, and we have those things regardless of Mercury being in retrograde.
Yes, every week we have them every week.
I know. I was watching the news like when it started to go into retrograde, and they were reporting all these like plane crashes, and I'm like, we have plane crashes when Mercury isn't.
We sure did. We had a whole Boeing situation where planes were falling out of the sky for months.
Yeah, I wonder if that was retrograde.
I don't
remember. I don't remember.
But we definitely have other issues. I think. Look. We talked about it in the members lounge before.
Yeah.
And everybody's got an opinion on it, which is great. Okay. So again, that's another benefit for becoming an ISAA member. But what I think we all kind of agreed on was it does seem to depend on the person and they're probably their own individual placements. It's not like a uniform, everybody has Mercury retrograde stuff going down. Now I remain skeptical, you guys, because I'm a data person. And as far as my analysis has shown, the data just doesn't bear it out from person to person, chart to chart. So now I haven't, to be honest, if I'm being like completely honest with you, I haven't looked at specific like people who claim to have these issues. I haven't like just selected that group and then run the data. I'm looking at it from like a wide range of people. So it is possible that it's in there, you know, and I just haven't seen it yet. But Niki, it seems like you're one of those people, you think the Mercury's or the retrogrades hit you pretty hard, or at least
it differently. It's never the same. It's always a different flavor. And we were talking before we got on here, and you had said it felt more like a psychedelic experience. And I've had a few people say that online, where this retrograde just feels a little bit different. It feels like, oh, I don't know, spacey, and I could see that. I mean, we have, you know, Mercury is communication and, you know, thoughts and thinking and all of that good stuff. And retrograde, it still applies. We're still reviewing, we're still reflecting, we're still digging stuff up from the past, and it's making its way to the surface. And we're seeing that, God, politically, and it's happening in like my personal life. I mean, everybody's got something coming up from the past, I'm sure. And you know, it's tough to say that Mercury is in charge of all the tech issues that we have when it goes retrograde. There are just some things that I'm like weary of, but I really do think it affects some people just horribly. You know? It's just some people just naturally have it bad when it goes retrograde. I'm curious. I'm curious.
Probably just like any other placement, just like Mars and Gemini was terrible for you. It was like the greatest for me. So it's probably just like anything else.
That's what I'm guessing. Yeah.
Yeah. But that said, like, I think we have to be careful then when we get on we get in a conversation with another human being and we just start, you know, putting it out. Oh, it's the retrograde, because we don't know, you know, like, and retrogrades, unfortunately, the spookiness that hovers around there, I think we do set people up for some self-fulfilling prophecies.
Yeah, like the superstition gets to you. So like all of a sudden you're not,
And then you get the confirmation bias, like all of a sudden, oh, I heard somebody say it was Mercury retrograde. Now you're looking, whether you realize it or not, for like bad stuff to be happening.
The bias. That is so true.
Yeah.
I've been trying to catch myself doing that. I'm like, is this me? Am I just applying meaning where there is none, you know, where it's just, you know, not necessarily Mercury. But wow, we've had quite the retrograde thus far, at least in the United States. So, you know, we've had a lot of old information that's kind of been hidden from us, you know, released out there. So it's kind of a global thing. So I know it affects global powers and all of that. I don't even want to talk about it. It's so dirty.
Yeah, we don't got to get into it today.
Yeah.
We got a fresh start today. We got a new moon.
Yeah,
what do you think we got going on this
well,
cycle?
We were talking about like Libra, and this time we were talking about the type of energy that we get from Libra, and with all these planets like bunched up in there, I mean, we're definitely considering ourselves with the other, you know, person. And I was telling you, I feel like Libra's a lot like about being nice, playing nice, like for keeping up appearances sake, you know, for for professionalism,
for not getting punched in the face.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what Libra's all about, you guys. It's trying to get you not punched in the face.
Yep. You know, there's a lot of like beauty that's in, you know, Libra. That's why it's associated with Venus, you know, but there's also a lot of like indecision, and you know, we talk about balance and harmony, but I mean, it's always got to be a little bit one way or the other in order to recognize that there is an imbalance. You know, I've never really experienced Libra in a way that has thrown me completely out of balance as long as I've been following my chart. I actually find myself a lot more stable, a lot more like happy, you know, actually with everything moving into Libra. I don't know, I'm more optimistic, and I don't know. I like that Libra energy. It feels like loving and happy, and that's just to me anyway. I mean, I like the combo. Yeah, I mean, it is a little bit close to Scorpio. I mean, it's kind of cuspy. It's kind of like all happening right in that middle area. And we know that, you know, Libra was once the claws of the Scorpion. It depends on what, you know, cosmology you follow. I think it was the Arabs that kept the claws, and the Sumerians or Babylonians wanted the scales. So I don't know. There's a whole history behind that.
Yeah.
But that, you know, that doesn't really matter. I mean, it's cuspy. I think we're seeing some cuspy stuff. You know, it's also right across. We've got Uranus in opposition to this new moon energy. So Uranus is by the Pleiades, and there it is. Yeah, Uranus is right close to the Pleiades. The weapons, the 7 weapons of what are they called? With the
seven Sabiti, the weapons of Era or Mars. Yes, they are very perfectly conjunct here.
I find that interesting because we do talk about, you know, Taurus being a constellation that likes to consume and likes to consume a lot of information. And information seems to be like being used as a weapon right now. Like everywhere we go globally, we don't know what's true or if the videos we're watching are real. AI is just kind of taking over. So I don't know how, you know, some people relate AI to Uranus and being like labeled a technological planet, which I do agree with to some extent.
Who does that? Is that a thing?
It's modern astrology. Just everybody in modern astrology. Like, well, it's more or less like working in tandem and like a cycle with Neptune. And we've talked about Neptune Uranus cycles, but I don't get too far away from it. Like Uranus is the tech, Neptune's the vision, and you know, we get too far away from what this new moon is about if we start talking about that. But
I'm curious though, and yes, at the risk of going on a tangent.
Yeah, I don't want to go on a tangent, but Uranus is to me like more of like that communication planet. What was that?
do they even use the Pleiades? Like, is that's not
that's not something. You're not going to find any tropicalists using fixed stars. Or
I don't think they use it in Vedic either.
If they do, then it's still 20 something degrees off. They'll still put it in a different constellation. Like the Pleiades will probably be in Gemini. I mean, I don't know
how they do that. Yeah.
Okay. Literally. Too. I know, that's my rant for the day, you guys. Like the whole, like there is a use for tropical astrology. I spent a lot of years testing it. Okay. A lot. I had been guided to astrology over and over again. And each time it didn't add up. Okay. And that's why I was so hesitant on even doing astrology, because when you spend all that time with people and you're asking them questions and things are only coming out half true, you tend to get skeptical that it's actually real, that it's actually working. And it wasn't until I discovered that mainstream astrology wasn't even using the real sky, not even close. It was based on they base it on some point in the sky that, they made up. He's like, calm down. Sorry about that, guys.
He's so pretty.
He is. I want to hold him.
He's like your entire torso this side.
Yeah, he is. He really is a big boy. I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, tropical bad.
Hey, I looked it up. I asked ChatGPT. Yeah. Which at this point, you guys, I did Google something yesterday for the first time in months, and it was just as horrible as I remember. So that's, I was actually just asking ChatGPT and Grok like all my questions. Yes, they still get things wrong, but it's like just unbelievably better than Gemini. He says, yes, Vedic astrology explicitly uses the Pleiades. They are the star cluster. Yeah, I know that. That defines the nakshatra kritika. So I guess they do use it. So why did I think that they didn't? Maybe I was thinking, I must have been thinking, what's the one in Scorpio? You guys help.
Oh, Antares?
Yeah. I wonder if but they got to use that. I don't know. I'm not the expert.
Well, Vedics use the actual real constellations. Well, yes. They don't like move anything around. But if you're looking at like a regular tropical astrology, they'll move it around. They'll just.
The thing, they can't put the stars in there because it's in complete opposition to their whole system, which we now know, you guys, is a symbolic construct that may have originally had some seasonal associations, but even the seasons have deviated from it too. So we have a video on that. So you guys can go check that out.
You might be better off getting a psychic reading than a tropical astrology reading. It might be a little bit more accurate, actually. I'm only speaking from a place of anger and defeat and and experience. So you can tell I'm a little passionate about it because I've literally tried to make it work. Like when they tell you things about a person and that's not even really where their like Venus is in the sky, or like that makes a huge difference. The type of person you're going to get, your Venus in Taurus or your Venus in Gemini.
Right.
Like, come on. That's a huge difference.
Yeah.
The Taurus is a little bit more homey. They're a little bit more like, I don't know. They want to like grab you, keep you, and like hold on to you forever. Gemini, they're funny. They're cracking jokes. They're a little bit more loose. They're not as clingy as maybe, your Venus and Taurus would be, depending on your aspects. Okay. But it's a completely different animal, and I've seen it. And it bothers me so much. Like, I just, I admire people who use both and can incorporate both, because that's a strength that I just don't have. I don't have the mental capacity to just ignore the fact that nothing is like, that's a made up construct. The planets aren't really there. But we're just going to like pretend it's magic and make it work. I can't do that. I can't even listen to the historical references in tropical because it's like made up. It's literally made up, and it's driving me nuts. That's why, we started what we were started, because I think people deserve to know what the historical references are when we talk about these outer planets and where Saturn is and all of this stuff. Like, it matters, guys. It matters. It's more than just the planets and their aspects, okay? Like, where it is in the sky actually matters. Like,
yeah, if you have a splinter somewhere in your body or shrapnel, it matters that you look for the right place that the shrapnel is in, because if you go digging around somewhere else, you're not going to find it. Like, it's very important where things actually are.
Yeah, I agree. No, I totally agree. So, I mean, Uranus, though, I mean, I think Uranus is adding more of like this intellectualism, kind of like, it does revolutionize things, but I think it's more on that like mind and intellectual level versus it just being like everything, you know, like it just yanks the rug out and creates.
It's a slow transit, though.
Yeah, it is. So that's why I the whole meaning of it being like it causes things. I haven't seen it trigger a whole lot. We had a discussion about this.
Yeah, we did.
In one of our chats, but I still think that it's going to be a lot of new information, a lot of this connection of ideas. It could be technologically related, but when we look at what this opposition is squaring, you know, I'm looking out, like, where does the tension lie? It's in Leo, and it's in between Capricorn and Aquarius. When we look at what this actual, you know, opposition is squaring. And, you know, when we look at Leo, we look at leaderships, rulerships, you know, we look at, the other side of that is like governments and institutions, and then in Aquarius it's like social movements. So like where the tension lies in this cycle is going to, I think, be in those areas. We're going to see a lot of new information come out about our governments, our institutions, these rulerships, and it could indeed, you know, kick off a social movement that just takes off. I mean, I think Uranus has the power to definitely deliver that Promethean fire, to give people that idea, to light that spark, to, hey, you know, this isn't the future we want. And we talked briefly too on the call too. I don't want to jump around, but I mean, we talked about Jupiter going retrograde, and all of a sudden I'm thinking about long-term plans. You know, I'm thinking about the future, and I want to know, like, I don't want to trip over anything. I want to clear the path. I want to make sure I know where I'm going, what I'm doing. I want to set some like goals down. And so, yeah, I mean, there's so much going on that it's just an intense cycle. I think it's just intense. Yeah, look at that. Just Jupiter in Gemini alone, we've just been hit with so much information, so much about everything. Like, the email scandal was enough for me. I was like, that's a lot of information. That's a lot of personal information we learned about the leader of our country here. And I was like, kind of shocked, actually. I'm not going to talk about it, but it's just, there's been so much scandal, and there's just been so much talk, and there's so much going on when it comes to restructuring our governments and institutions. We all know the same things aren't working anymore. And a lot of us aren't working together. Some countries want to work together and some don't. We have a lot of those countries now are meeting. It's funny, right? When everything's in Libra, and they're forming alliances, and they're deciding whose side they want to be on, and, you know, who they want to work with, and what's going to happen in the future. So there are a lot of long-term issues and plans being addressed. And I think it's up to us to pay attention to all of that. What's really cool is that, you know, these sidereal alignments are really telling of what is happening in the world today. And that's why we use the real sky. I mean, Pluto in Aquarius, shut up. Don't get me started. All right. That's fresh, new, like, that's like, you know, you see the waters of Enki, you know, and like this whole new like revival, and that's just not happening. Okay. This is like, we're living in like Pluto in Capricorn, baby. This is like, we're breaking it down. We're not even close to Aquarius yet.
Oh no, not even.
Not even. Like 2041, like that's when we see it. You know, this renewal type energy. And I think we'll be halfway. Oh no, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the Saturn Jupiter cycle. I don't know about that one when Pluto finally reaches the end of Capricorn into Aquarius. But as Pluto, you know, was nearing the end of Sag, which has been back and forth for like ever.
Yeah, it's so slow.
Yeah.
What did you say? 2041?
Yeah, around 2041.
Yeah.
It just kind of hits a
that's like
area.
So far away from now to be saying that it's over there. I'm doing, Nick, I'm pushing the, you know, play button or whatever over here, and I'm embarrassed for these people. Like, I'm embarrassed for tropical astrology. Like, I just can't. I just don't understand how this is possible.
And they're talking about analytic degrees already in tropical astrology, that Uranus is at an analytic degree going into Gemini already. No, that's not happening. Just like, that's not real. That's just not real. Uranus is still sitting with the Pleiades. Which if we were talking Babylonian omens, that might not be a good one. You know,
no, it's not generally.
Not. Usually, the Pleiades are seen as like weapons of war.
Yeah,
or the seven wizards. I like the wizards one. I like that little myth.
Which one is that?
Give us all your knowledge, wizards. Yeah, the seven wizards. You ever hear that one?
No, I don't know that one.
Oh,
there's so many Pleiades.
There's so many. Yeah.
Like every culture has one.
Yeah, they have one with women that are like super cool, and they'll like beat you up if you're not, you know, they got like little moonsicles.
Yeah, they have a lot of magical associations. Like if we're looking at themes related to the Pleiades, magic, dragons, dance, what else? Like usually somebody's dying. Sometimes they're like being thrown in a fire, but sometimes they're like being put in the heavens as stars. It's really, really fascinating. Yeah, if you're into, you know, mythology and stuff. And folklore.
I love the old mythology. It makes sense. Once you hit the Greek stuff, then it's like, were they like on mushrooms when they came up with this?
They definitely took psychedelics. That was a thing. That was a real thing.
I like the symbology though. I mean, I really do. You can tell it's all symbolic. You know, it's like reading a dream. It's like reading a weird, really weird, really weird dream.
So, okay. So this month you're thinking intensity. I
think we're going to find out
people.
Yeah.
So that's mostly that. Like,
I've been feeling tested actually as this new moon is.
Some of the chat says that too. I'll go through here in a second.
Yeah, I've been feeling really tested actually. And this new moon is squaring my ascendant and my moon. So I'm like, why? Why are you doing this to me? Like, I thought I was cool. Like, sometimes I'm like, universe, do you even love me anymore? Do you even love me anymore? Like, I'll ask, and the universe is like, oh, I love you, and I'm like, yeah, well.
Let me go. Let me see. Biba says, hello, surprised they made it. Trish Farrell says, stuff is definitely coming up and purging in order to balance for me. My relationships and how I contribute to them in unproductive ways is coming up. Again, I couldn't blame Uranus for this because it is such a slow transit, but I do see a connection between Uranus and relationships in general. But I also see that with retrograde. So in my assessment, I've tested it out, and it seems to be the case, although it's hard to prove this type of thing because it can be very like there's just not it's all anecdotal, but retrogrades in my experience tend to relate to the past, like past life karma, or just past energy, like repeated cycles. So just to give you an example, if there was an issue with Mercury retrogrades, and somebody keeps getting hit with them all the time, I would say Mercury is very much throughout Mesopotamia, depending on, which period and everything. It's very much about scribes and learning and listening and reading, and there's an educational aspect to it. I would say almost certainly there are lessons that need to be learned, and it's opening up these doors, these old past life karma opportunities for you, basically to tie up to learn the lessons that we have not learned yet, like the things that it's like, hey, the universe been trying to teach, not you, Nikki.
Oh, no, this is me. This is literally me. I've had an experience. So okay. I'll share with you.
Yeah, like it's the stuff that we should have figured out by now, but we're not taking the hint. And so it keeps coming back up to like kick you in the, the butt. I think that's the case for the other planets too. So like a Jupiter retrograde, and I don't know, because again, the farther out you go, the slower they get. So just to give an example, Venus retrograde, then I would interpret that as being more related to deeper emotional relationships, loved ones, like close, empathic types of connections, people you're connected to on more of like a heart level, as opposed to some of the surface stuff. There could be issues of self-love and nurturing and healing in there too, that probably come up. I would say for Mars, this is more like maybe stress related, trying to figure out your place in space and time, like plan for your future, figure out who you are. Jupiter, I do see that relating to more romantic relationships, stepping into your own personal power. So if you're having problems during those ones, it very well may be trying to get you to quit being a wuss. I don't know if there's another way, but like be brave, go after something.
Yeah.
Quit just like it's a little bit more assertive, I think. And it tries to push people to be assertive. And again, by the time you get to Saturn, that's really the last one that anybody's really going to notice, but it's already affecting people on such a wide scale. But I do think Saturn retrogrades, they do seem to relate more to, the material world, fixing your health, fixing finances, getting out of jobs that you hate. There's opportunities there. There are all these windows of, things that you can decide to act on or not. For the outer ones, like Pluto, Uranus, like Neptune, like their retrogrades, their whole movement is so slow. So I don't know.
Their retrogrades last like a long time. Like,
yeah.
Like Pluto's is 6 months out of the entire year. It's like usually like 5.5, 6 months where it's retrograde. So.
Yeah, so I don't know that we can get as much out of those.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Will you share your experience though, Nikki?
Okay.
The lesson?
Yeah. Oh my God, I was shocked actually, because anytime a planet goes retrograde, I like the past comes back and it just rehashes. And I've been doing the work, the shadow work, and it's made me a better person. But this time. This time it was definitely a challenge, because I work in a space where I see a lot of different people, and I ended up seeing my ex-partner's affair partner. She came in and wanted to buy some stuff, and she was just I don't know if she knew who I was or if she, but I knew who she was, obviously, because I'd seen all the pictures and messages, so this was an interesting, super interesting little meeting. And I just was like, I don't know. I was just so nice to her because I was just like so happy. I'm like, yeah, okay. No, I know it sounds crazy. Everyone's like, oh, you don't want to just like be angry. And I was like, I have like cried every little bit of anger out of me. I almost wanted to be like, thank you.
Yeah,
exactly. You broke the spell. Like, oh my God, I'd still be doing this. I'd still be stressed. I'd still be like, I don't know. And then she I don't know. She came back a couple times. So I don't know if she knows who I am or if she's pretending she doesn't. But I was just, I don't know. I was super nice to her. It was hard not to. Like, she's like a kid, 20 something years old. So you're like, oh, this is like a baby.
Yeah.
And then you got to do the whole does she look like me? You do the and I was waiting for all of this to happen. I'm like, okay, I'm being tested, and what am I supposed to do here, universe? Am I supposed to
probably not
compare myself to this person? Because there's no comparison. Once you like who you are, then you think you're the shit. You're the best.
Yeah.
And I am. So I was like,
you are, Nikki.
Thank you. Thank you. And I don't know. It just kind of made me think like, oh, wow. You know, like this person I was married to is just a very damaged and hurt individual. And it was kind of like I don't know, it just kind of made me so happy. I was like, well, this is over. This is like a sign that this is over because this is just closure to me.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. I had an actual really positive experience. And I told my kids about it and they freaked out. They were like, no, my God, she's psycho. Like she must be coming for you. And like, she knows dark magic. And I'm laughing because I'm like, well, you guys just like make me just laugh. Do you know who I am? Do you even know what I'm about? Have you like ever considered that you come to me for everything magic? Really? So I don't know, guys. I just thought it was the most hilarious thing ever. Because you get to gauge somebody's energy. You get to gauge their vibe. And like there's just I don't know. There was just like no comparison. I was like, okay, I guess. But to see that coolness, you know, like Mercury went retrograde, hit Mars, and like, boom, secret enemies came out. You're like, wow. To me, I thought it was the coolest thing because I was like, I've had a lot of time to deal with this and approach things in a mature way. And you have to understand that when somebody does something like that bad to you, okay, it has a lot more to do with that person and what they have going on psychologically. I know like it does damage, you know, it does damage a person, you know, being betrayed and all of that. But I mean, I'm not the first human being this has ever happened to. I've talked to plenty of people. I've had plenty of clients who have had the same thing, you know, happen to them. And I feel really lucky because I'm an emotionally intelligent person. I try to come at it from a viewpoint of, well, I don't know, understanding, I guess. I don't want to say, oh, I understand it, you know, because I do and I don't at the same time. I'm like, well, this is
hard when you're in it. It's
hard when you're in it, but I've had enough space now between myself and the actual situation. And yeah, maybe a year ago, I'd have been like, all right, well, we're all going to die. I'm going to drag us all to hell. You know? But not this time. No, I've just good. It was like an awakening though. It was like, hey, look at where you are now. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that bad thing that's supposed to be the L. It was actually the W, you know, it actually freed me.
Oh my God, you just proved so many points I've been trying to make for years.
Yes.
No offense to Vedic astrology or astrologers, but this happens in I'm sure tropical and sidereal of all forms and fashions. But there's this concept in astrology that like a planet's position does a thing, and this is either good or bad. Good or bad is 100% subjective. Yeah. So in some cultures, divorce is like the worst possible thing you could ever have, right? For like a lot of different reasons. So to see a divorce in a chart for, you know, like culturally, that's a bad thing for you. I mean, that's terrifying. And if there's a planet of divorce, and usually people are looking at things to do with Saturn, which I don't understand, but that's a different conversation. That could be like hell on earth, you know, like, oh my God, my Saturn's doing this. This is my Saturn year. I'm going to get like, it's going to be the worst thing ever. How many divorces have saved people's lives? How many divorces have completely freed someone from just a miserable experience? So that's why one of the many reasons why I don't get on board with malefics and benefics. I just don't think that
it's a matter of perception. I mean, I guess I could have taken this super personally and just thought, well, God, the universe is out to get me and everything's always going to be bad. And yeah, you do have those days and it's real. I feel sorry for myself. I cry, you know, but you got to do the shadow work. You got to look at the big picture and not get caught up in all the little minute details of this and that, because you can get ensnared in those and it can become obsessive. You know, what does it actually mean? What is the bigger picture? That's what you need to look at. And I've been looking at that and I'm like, wow, I've never felt so free, so awesome.
Yes.
Like I'm you guys, I was a different person before I married. I married really young. I was like 19 when I married. And then you conform to a certain way of living, and people tell you when you're young how to live, like how to raise your kids, how to build your family. And you become this bit of a societal experiment in your early 20s and 30s. You're listening to all these different experiences and you're trying to do what you think is best. And then you become older, you graduate from that, stage of life, and you look back and you're like, why the hell would I have listened to so-and-so and they didn't even have their shit together? Why did I care so much about what so-and-so thought? You don't know. You look back and you're like, now I've got a new leg on life, and a new view, a new perception on things. And yeah, dude, sometimes you got to have your ass handed to you. You just got, sometimes, I was like, what is this supposed to teach me? Like, did I think I was so good that this kind of thing would never happen to me? Like,
there's all kinds of things, though. I don't think we can
those lessons come like, like those epiphanies and those things come as time goes on. So, I mean, all I know is that I feel good because I've always been told that I was full of shit, that I'm crazy. My intuition is so far off and I'm so wrong. And it wasn't just my partner that would tell me these things. It was like other people in my life that were being sneaky, no good, dirty, scummy bags. And like, this to me was like confirmation, like, I am psychic. I do have the ability to sniff out a vibe, like I can predict things. I can see things. And it made me just feel so good about that alone. Like all of my intuitive nudges were true. It was real.
Right.
Look at that. It's just awesome. So that's my little Mercury retrograde story, and I'm sticking to it.
My retrograde has been phenomenal. Surprise. Yeah. I think I mentioned it the last time we brought it up. I fixed a glitch in my website that has been affecting probably even my business. Is related to my e-commerce store on my website. I got that figured out. What else? I finally got my the Temple of Nana music thing going. That's like been a project on the agenda for years. I'm like, and I just like picked it up and there we were. So,
same with the ISAA YouTube channel. You just
boom. It's all up running and like running. Like there are a ton of videos just waiting in the queue, ready to roll. I got back into editing, you guys, simple editing. Okay. I'm not doing graphics. I'm not doing anything crazy, but to even pick it up because I was so repulsed by the idea for so long. But there was too, like all these things happened during the retrograde. So I'm not saying again that it doesn't have an impact. I'm just saying that I don't necessarily think that it's negative, and it probably does depend on, the person or whatever. Let's see. Your star map says Libra is most challenging for me to interpret aspects using Sumerian, Scorpion claws, marketplace, etc. I just usually generalize it as a tribal energy, like it's about the community and for better or worse, so if you are like Trish, who says I had apologized to 3 people this past week because I knew I could have responded better to difficult conversations. Hey, you know what? I've about freaked out on a couple of emails already today. So, some of that's probably true. Probably not just you. So yeah, it's the tribe. It's interactions with other people. I'll talk about that here in just one second. I'll give a quick take of maybe what this month might be like. Generally speaking, Mirror says you have a gift. Don't be cheap. I'm not sure. This was a long time ago, so I'm not sure what this is in relation to. Trish Farrell says my Uranus is in Ophiuchus. Probably okay. Yes. I feel like we talked about that before. Didn't we do a whole Uranus? I think we did. Biba's blessing box says 23 degrees. Your star map says at Trish Hugs, I have been feeling everything on a more intense level, crying because the clouds are pretty.
Oh, yeah, I love that. I'm finally getting over that, actually.
Yes.
I feel that, though. I totally do.
Trish says, your timestamp, I'm finally leveling out today. Libra is about balance, especially in relationships. This is definitely happening for me. Okay, good. Yes, we need more balance. Biba's Blessing Back says, this has definitely ruined things for me with my favorite YouTube astrologers.
No.
Yes, that'll happen. That'll for sure happen. Trish says, my Venus and Mars are conjunct Virgo, or conjunct in Virgo. I need a man with goals, intellectual and emotional depth, and serious boss energy, especially in the bedroom.
Oh my God,
I would look, yeah, that's definitely good. I would also look at
Trish, you're like, what's your credit score?
Yeah.
I love that.
I definitely look at, those are definitely good ones. I think Jupiter plays a role too. So I would look into that also. Trish says, oh girl, I'm being tested. Lol, for sure. Yes. People's Blessing Back says, me too. I'm a little testy and short. I have been working hard not to say something crazy. Trish says, yes, definitely, Abby. That's what I was referring to when I was saying stuff is coming up. The Mercury in retrograde and Venus with the new moon, aspects of myself are being triggered and purged. I think purging is good. Let's get rid of it. I see it more like my soul is hitching a ride of the energy of these celestial events in order to help me get my shit together and move forward in better ways. Yeah, I would say that's like most of like what it's all for. Like, I think it's all happening to help us out. Trish says, to Biba, Sidereal Astrology has made me realize that not only is mainstream astrology BS, but so are most tarot readers who reference it during their reading. Yeah, I didn't think about that, but yeah, you're right. You're right.
They do. I use the Thoth deck when I read, and we actually talked about creating our own decks, and I think I'm going to end up doing that really soon.
That'd be cool.
I like the astrological correspondences on the cards, and that's the only reason why I use them. I hate the images. Some of the images are just so dumb. I'm like, what am I supposed to get out of this? Static? Zzz.
I didn't even know. I've read tarot cards my entire life. I had no idea that anybody was making astrological connections to astrology at all, or to tarot cards. Like, I didn't know that was a thing.
I figured it out. I was practicing my tarot, and I was good because I was like guessing who was going to win the games. And and I was like, I'm gonna get good at this. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna like do sports betting, and I'm gonna make tons of.
Did you?
Well, okay. So my ex-partner is like got an issue with gambling. So
okay.
I was giving him the who was winning, and like I just misread something, and he lost, and that was like the last time I ever did it.
Okay.
I was so mad, and
it
was all my fault. So I don't do that anymore. And they get mad because you're not supposed to use it to benefit like that. Spirit's like, my spirit guides, they were like, you're supposed to help people, not try to make money like that. I was like, well, isn't this like the point? We use tarot to make money sometimes.
I won't argue exactly. I won't argue with your spirit guides, but I would definitely, if they were mine, I'd be like, that makes no sense. Like, let's have a conversation about this because like everything is here to serve you, and money is not some, like it's not any different than making like I just don't see the difference. But again, Nikki,
well, it would talk about people too. As I was pulling, they would talk about people, and they would talk about certain elements, certain things that only lined up with sidereal.
Oh, interesting.
That's another reason why I switched, because I'm like, my readings are getting so like creepy. And they're talking about people, and they're talking about these things and these, but it doesn't line up with tropical whatsoever. It doesn't line up with the tropical chart, nothing. It shifted it over, boom.
Yeah.
I was like, this is it. This is it for me. And then I both feet, guys, I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm
for
up
sure.
to my chin in this. So
Trish says, thinking about the point made at the Sidereal Astrology Zoom convention, a speaker said that she holds space for people who identify with tropical astrology. I understand why. Yeah, that's really kind. I would never, I'm not really in a position to do, I think she was in the medical field, wasn't she? And I mean, what are you going to do? Like, like you can't argue with everybody in a certain context.
Yeah.
So it just depends on the situation.
I think people that are completely committed to it, then that's good for you. It's good for you. I'm gonna not. I mean,
yes, but I will still defend the people who are getting readings from these people who are being told something that isn't true, because that's also still very important.
Absolutely.
Trish says, but for me, I will not go through all this education and spiritual awakening just to keep enabling people to hold on to institutional lies. My Jupiter is in Cancer, and I'm in my 8th house. Jupiter in Cancer. Let me see here. Hold on.
That's super intuitive.
I would say you probably need somebody who is, and we already see this from what it sounds like you're Virgo too. Your Mars and Venus and Virgo. I would say you need somebody who is has found their inner peace. We'll put it that way. Somebody who has a control over themselves. They know who they are. They're confident. They're honest with themselves. If you go into a relationship with somebody who's like, they're just oblivious to, their true nature, you're probably going to struggle with that. But you definitely need somebody who's very intelligent, somebody who, I guess that sounds like everybody should, but no, not everybody needs that. Some people just need, they need a pet that they can like nurture and feed, like, it's just, so it is definitely different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. It looks different to everybody. Some people just like to have an attractive partner, and what they have in their brain doesn't even matter to them. Some people like to just keep open relationships and play around. Everybody's got their different.
There's much more variation in it than I think anybody realizes. So let me see here. What are we doing? Let me take a look at the sky. Let's see what I got for you guys. Stand by. Let's go back to the regular one, which is called Modern. Yes, that's the one. All right, what's today? Today is sometime in November. I think the 19th, right? Somewhere around there. Okay, thank you. Yes.
Yeah, it's around here. It's like just after midnight and 20th. So I think you're going to get it. Is the new moon happening for you before it happens to me?
Well, this
happens at the same time everywhere.
Well, I mean, yeah, but
the time
zone is different. Yeah. So sometime tomorrow, I guess, is when it looks. Okay, so again, you guys, we get this every single year. It's not new information. This Libra in the Mesopotamian system is very much related to finances as well as the environment. So if you think about it, the claws of the scorpion are related to survival for the little scorpion. Scorpions are not generally very social creatures. Obviously, they have to procreate, so they do interact with each other sometimes. Now, scorpions are interesting because they're the only arachnid that yes, I believe they're the only arachnid that gives birth to live young. And they've done these tests with them. Scorpions, so the little scorpion babies will climb on their back. I think it's adorable. I realize I'm in the minority, but they will walk around and they have just like the spiders do, but the little scorpions go around. And most arachnids, once the babies are old enough to fend for themselves, they start eating them. They're like, get off me, go find, go live your life or I'm going to eat you. Okay. Well, they've done, and for a lot of scorpions will do that too, but they have done like tests on this, and the mom scorpion even later on will not eat the babies, which is a really big deal. Now, if you guys don't know, in Mesopotamia, the whole scorpion was this whole big thing. These were the claws. This was kind of, Aries was kind of like right smack in the middle, not in the head like it shows up here. But she was a mother goddess known as Ishata, and she was associated with, obviously, she's going to have a lot of, I say obviously, but scorpions themselves were protective. They protected, temples. They were used in various rituals, incantations, the emblems themselves. It was like a sign of magic and power. But this Ishata figure was a mother goddess, and she was a protectress, and she provided blessings and just wonderful, wonderful things. Okay, she was a healer. Just it was amazing. So none of the nasty scorpion stuff that we get associated now. Scorpions too. They have a lot of scorpion men, so they have like scorpion bodies. They have the torso of a man, kind of like a centaur, but it's a scorpion guy. They would protect temples. So there's definitely this protective element that comes in. I would argue that a lot of the aggression people see in relation to Scorpio, and yes, I'm still talking about Scorpio, but it applies to the claws of the scorpion, as you'll see. I would say that a lot of that is actually more protective. I have seen this with other people too. Like this is badass mama energy. Okay. So like you don't necessarily, these people aren't trying to go out. Okay. Strong Scorpio's not going out trying to ruin people's lives. but it will definitely, if you go after their loved ones, they are coming at you and it is going to suck. Like your life is going to be destroyed. So that's where some of that vindictive nature comes in. It's not really just, Scorpios are just assholes. No, there's a reason.
No, don't ever mess with one. Oh my God.
Yes.
I'm serious. Yes.
So the claws of the scorpion, going back to this, they're being used to catch their prey, hold it down so that, the stingy tail can come down. Now we're feeding ourselves with our little scorpion hands, okay? That we're shoveling it into our little faces. We're going to build our little scorpion. Yes, they build little shelters, you guys, okay? So we're going to be building that. Now, some scorpions are more nomadic and they will travel around. And I will tell you that there is an aspect of travel and adventure that comes in with Scorpio too. It depends on other factors that are in there. But for the most part, these, hold on one second. For the most part, this is related to the tools of survival here as us as humans. Okay. Now, if you think about it, we have all kinds of tools. We have like actual tools. There's shovels, pickaxes, there's computers, whatever. We can look at it that way. But technically, we can all survive without those things. The one thing that human beings really can't survive without the other tools are other people. And we know this. I know I'm a hyper introvert, you guys. I could live in Siberia, never see another person, be totally fine. I am a very, very small exception to the rule. There are some people like that, but I would need animals. There's other things. I'd need trees and animals, and I wouldn't feel alone. But like human beings need something else. You need a cat. You need a goldfish. You need other people, even if you're just seeing them out your window. We're designed to be herd animals, essentially, and we need that aspect. So this is what the claws of the scorpion are really all about. It's about other people. Now, it's about us and our relationship to these other people. Sometimes, if you think about it, we have two different ways we can go about the tribe. We can either we can go downtown, or imagine it's like 100 years ago, okay, 200 years ago, or if you already live in like a village or something, you go out, you're in the village, you're going to go get your bread, your onions, or whatever you're getting. You can either go out there, you can smile at people, you can, you can say, hey, how's it going? How's the weather? I really like your shirt. You could be one of those people, or you could walk into the market and you could clock somebody, right? Like we have this option every single time that we go out and interact with other human beings. Yes. Now, depending on what's going on in your chart, yeah, you might be, in the more, you might wake up and choose violence. That's a very real possibility. But for the most part, this Libra energy, you're going into the tribe, you're, without even realizing you're doing it, you are reading the room, okay? It's situational awareness. Who are these people? How are they feeling? What's their energy? Is somebody going to hurt me? Am I going to get mugged? Who do I have to be nice to? Why is the cashier being such a bitch? Yeah. There's all kinds of stuff that is floating through. And this is, in this respect, a very intellectual energy, because it's happening automatically, just like, it's a part of our human biology. Just the strong Scorpio energy is going to have this anyways. So, we go to the marketplace so that we can feed ourselves. Okay. Yes, we go there because some people just, you want to get out, you want to see stuff. That's all fine and good. We want to have the human interaction, but really we're going out to feed ourselves. It's all about our own survival. So there's this dual aspect in here about the society, the tribe, and everything, but there's also the financial part, the marketplace. Okay, we're going to go out. We're going to, this is what the scales were for. It wasn't about like balancing your life and making sure that everything, happens in a neat and tidy order. It's about making financial transactions. So there's a lot, and we see this in the Babylonian Amina tradition, where there's just it all relates to different prices. So, if the moon's here and Mars is here, maybe the prices are going to be too high, or, whatever it was. And they have a bunch of different, and they all kind of vary. But what I would tell you is while the sun is in Scorpio, or not, the claws of the scorpion is what I'm trying to say here. While the sun is over here, and this is going to affect the moon phase then, so like the next 4 weeks, the tribe energy, okay, the marketplace is going to take precedence in most people's lives in one way or shape or another.
Oh my God, just in time for Christmas shopping.
That's right.
Yeah.
We have, let me see here. Where is I got bad news for everybody. Hold on, so we can get it. Let's see, the 20th. All right. As you can see here, Mars is conjunct with Antares. Now, Antares is the heart of this entity. All right. So this is where all the sensitivity is happening. Mars is the sensitivity planet. Okay. Mars is either going to be like, it's emotional, it's psychic, it's physical, it's chemical, it's electromagnetic, it's all the sensitivity just kind of crammed in here. All right. Now, when we talk about this all the time, strong Antares in his chart is going to make it's going to make all the craziest people come to you. Okay. All the most broken and damaged and toxic people, they're going to seek you out because this is a healing star. It's all about trying to find somebody who can help you on this deeper spiritual level, even though most people don't realize that's what's going on. So what happens when we combine Mars, the sensitivity, with Antares, it's pulling all of the craziest people. Just wait, you guys, just wait. This month is going to be whacked out to just a different degree. All right. You're going to get the weirdest. I mean, again, it depends on your individual chart.
Yeah,
but this is setting everything up to just have weird experiences with other human beings. Now, if you're in a sensitive position, you're under a lot of stress, your body's suffering, you're probably, you have the potential to just have the life siphoned right out of you this month. So I really want you to take extra special good care of yourself. Make sure that you're only spending time with people that actually are benefiting you. Like there's a nice positive energy exchange and they're not just siphoning, because this is the suckage one that we can definitely get. I would say, so hold on, go back. There's what else is going on up here? 1 second. We have, what did I say? The 20th. All right. So Venus is here, obviously, too, in Libra. And Venus's placement is hitting us from another direction, because now Venus is going to be this really strong empathic energy. And now this tribe, this group, this environment that we're around, now we're connecting to these people on a heart level, just like we would our not exactly like it, but like our loved ones and stuff. We don't necessarily want that level of connection to the group. We don't want to be tuned in to the country, to the city, to the, everybody else on planet Earth, because there's a lot of strong emotions out there. So again, this is the type of thing that absolutely can just drain you, make you feel sketched out, like feeling other people's energies and not even knowing that they're coming from other people. Like this is a weird situation on both sides of the sun. And it's going to definitely echo. Isn't Mercury right up in there too? Where's Mercury?
Yeah. Mercury is right up in there.
Yeah, I thought I saw it over there. Hold on. What am I doing? Which one is that?
I think it's conjunct the sun. I think it's combust.
Okay, that's probably why I'm not seeing it. Okay, so I would say that it probably doesn't matter too much then, because the sun's gonna blur out a lot of the Mercury energy, at least again in the Mesopotamian system. So we're not gonna we're not gonna get quite. It looks real emotional this week, you guys. So I don't know like what's been going on with Mercury, because I will tune out. I will forget all of this, and I will go on a productivity rampage over the next month, one way or another. So I'm probably not gonna remember, but just be aware.
I do that too.
Right. So but just be aware, this looks weird. Okay, it
does.
Weird.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. And Mars is actually loosely square the lunar nodes too. So you're going to have all of that
weird connections on top of everything else, like weird stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Antares, I have my Jupiter and Uranus right on Antares. So Mars being there, I don't know.
I think I got Neptune and Venus over there.
I feel the most like grounded I've ever felt in my life. I would have thought that, that Mars conjunction and square that it just set me off. But
well, it might be balancing things out though. So again, it always depends on what's going on in your chart. So what we're talking about, you guys, this is supposed to apply to 8 billion people, which is not possible. This is just a general weather forecast. We can't tell you exactly how it's going to affect the individual. We just can't. We can only tell you what like the outside energies are, and how you personally interact with that's going to be a little different. I would also say though, I gave this a really hard time. Venus in Libra, I think is I don't see it as a ruler per se, but I do think it can invite really good positive relationships into your life and like allow people to make new friends, new connections. But at the same time, it's kind of being counterbalanced by, not that Mars is bad, but Antares, I'm telling you, brings out people in need. which means that if depending on how your Mars is positioned, like if you have really strong Leo, or you have like if you have Mars and Virgo, something like that, this is going to be way more sensitive for you. Now, if you have a career in something like, like you're a counselor, you're already in a position to heal people, this can actually allow you to connect really deeply to other people. So there's good things and bad things about it. And again, it just really depends on what's going on in your chart.
I'm kind of seeing folks, and it's not everybody, but generally I'm seeing a lot of old connections going away and these things just finally being cut off, usually due to some type of, argument or whatever, and new like business relationships, all that type of stuff, like blooming, so like new stuff coming in. So it's awesome that you mentioned that, because I'm seeing that with a few different groups in my personal life. I'm seeing that with people. So that's even myself, actually.
Yeah.
Now that I mention it, yeah. I like that. Yeah.
Trish says, I'm a Scorpio rising. My cutoff game is swift and merciless with anyone who disrespects my son. I'm also very protective of my friends. Yeah, that's the thing. Like this is a protective energy. I think that it's really become just like a nasty. People are like, Scorpios are abusive. They're physically violent. They're stalkers. I've heard all kinds of horrible things. They're obsessed with death. Like, come on. Like, they might have a more of a fearlessness and related to the darker things, but I don't think that's because some association particularly.
Well, can we really listen to some of those associations anyway? Because they're basing it off people and tropical that, half the time they're talking about like the tail end of a Virgo constellation.
I don't think they're not even talking about any of it.
Yeah,
I don't think they ever tested any of it.
No, I think somebody just got like burned or something and they're like, oh, guess what? They're all like that. Like,
yeah,
that's not the way it works.
No, I don't think so at all.
Yeah, my daughter has got a Scorpio stellium and she is like just an intense person. And it's all like crowded around Antares. And she walks into a room, she scans the vibe. She's just very intuitive and just knows. And I was talking to her a little bit about her chart too. And I'm like, let me guess, people come to you and they tell you shit that you would like never want to hear about in your whole entire life. She's like, yeah, how did you know that? And this is like, ever since she was a kid, anybody would listen. Like literally anybody that would tell her anything. Like even after I have an aunt who died. Unfortunately, she passed away a few years ago. But a few years before that, she was nuts, you guys. She was absolutely nuts. She literally said, my daughter showed me after she died all the messages my aunt had sent her, just trauma dumping. And I think my daughter was like 10. So she was like, hey, I didn't ever wanted to show you this because I didn't want you to be mad or say anything, but look it. It's a perfect example of somebody with that much energy. People tend to just open up, and I make that same mistake too. And I'll actually open up to her and say things that are just quite private. And she's not interested. Like, she's like, you're my mom.
She didn't want to know.
Don't say that, but it's hard. It's really hard to not like, you get around her and all of a sudden your like heart doors open and you're just like, so honest. I hate it. I hate it. She's going to be a hairstylist. So, and I was like, okay,
well, that's a good,
that'll be good for her. People are going to sit down and use it as a confessional.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited for her.
Yes. Bibo's Blessing Box says, speaking of cats, are there cat constellation like there are the dog constellation? Random, I know, but curious. Maybe in some of the other traditions, in the Babylonian ones, we're basically looking at Leo and any other. There Leo. Are some like smaller lion.
Leo's so awesome.
Associations.
You got Venus. Like, imagine Venus riding the lion. Like, come on. Like, I got
that. I really want to show you, Nikki. Let me see if I can switch it, because I made this picture and it even made me think of you. Let me see. Hold on if I can grab it.
That's my favorite. Like the fact you were like in Nana, like duh, like the lioness. I was like, this is me.
Yeah. I know, like even the song, like it kind of like, I don't know. I know not everybody's into that type of music and stuff. Hold on, let me see here. Let me see if it will let me.
I know, it just reminds me of like heavy metal, you know, like all the old like heavy metal chicks, and they used to do the heavy metal art. The girls had all the big hair, and their boobs were out, and like the line. Yeah, you just see that, and I'm like, oh, that's so like cool.
Is it gonna let me? I think I had an issue last time we tried to do it, and it just didn't want me to. It says Chrome tab, share the audio. I'll play the first like line. You can hear it's like a mantra. Can you hear it?
Yeah. Oh, I love that image. Yes.
It made me think about you.
Yeah, that's what I envision. That is so cool. Dude, if you guys have met Leo women that are like that, I have. Like, meet a straight up Leo. I've even met men who are like that too. They're like, I'm the prize. You know, they really like, I'm the prize. Look at me.
Yes.
I love that about Leo, though. I love that confidence. I don't think Leo comes into it with confidence. I'm a bit of a Leo rising. I don't know. I was talking to you about my rising sign and how it's cuspy.
Yeah.
It could be considered cuspy.
It depends on where it's at on the horizon for sure. Andre's Leo is well above the horizon, and he is the stereotype. He is 100% the stereotype. He'll even like, he wants you to like scratch his head and pet him. Like he'll just lay there while you do. Like he's just that type of person. Very now I know if we're looking at the cat archetype, cats have a wide range of personalities. Some of them will just destroy you, you know, that's a real thing too. But some of them are real snuggly and cuddly and affectionate, and you know, I think we see that with a lot of Leos too. Not all, obviously.
Yeah.
But
there are some Leos that are really, really tame. They have it together and they're super professional, and they don't have that dramatic flair that is sometimes described with Leo.
They've got something keeping it down. They've got
usually it's like Saturn. Yeah, I was gonna say
keeping it there.
It's usually Saturn keeping them tame, but you can tell there's like a little drama person in there somewhere just waiting to get poked. Like, oh,
yeah, probably.
I don't know. So I like to test things. So if you have Saturn and Leo, I might test you a little bit.
Your star map says new moon 10:47 p.m. today on the West Coast, making a video showing different times around the world. Awesome.
Yeah, yes. Nice.
Trish said, Leo's so awesome. Bows in Leo. Yes, we are. Lala, especially now that I know the true history of my sun sign, thanks to Sumerian astrology. I'm so glad it was helpful. I'm smack dab in the middle of Leo, August.
Yes. I love it.
Powerful sign. Trish, do you know, wait, did you say it was your ascendant or your sun sign?
Oh, sun. Yeah.
How close to Regulus is it? I'm curious to know.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
I'm curious too.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been looking at some people that I knew very, very well who have passed. I get to look at their charts and their energy, and like I was talking about my aunt she had a lot in Leo. I think she actually had a. You know what? Actually, I'm not even going to say because I'm probably wrong. I could be thinking of somebody else's chart. You know how you try to think back and you're like, oh,
yes.
And then you go and look and then you're like, oh, I was way off.
I don't even know what my stuff in my chart is like from day to day. Like I know some of it.
Well, I know some of your chart too. So I think you're having a Venus return really soon.
Am I?
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about that. Yeah.
I still got a little. Yeah, I still got a little.
Still got a little bit of time.
Yeah. Mine's not right on Antares. And I do have the people telling me all of the stuff. But what's nice in my situation is that it's more I get it more in the professional side of things. Nikki, I've shared some of the things that people have told me, not with any names. I never gave any names or anything.
Never like that, but examples. And I'm like,
the weirdest.
Why would you ever want to quit doing psychic readings?
Yeah, for sure. But I also, you know what? People. So the Venus, their conjunction with Antares, which I think is where my Neptune's at too. So this kind of it's hard to pull them apart. But it's definitely, I have a much softer relationship with these people as opposed to like a Mars conjunction with Antares, like we're seeing right now. Mine is much more, it's there. It's a healing experience. I assume for people who are talking to me, it's much more that way. Whereas opposed to like, I don't have any tolerance for anybody coming at me with like toxicity. I will cut them out like that. And that's only because, I learned maybe not even that long ago, like it sucked the life out of me. I had all kinds of physical issues and stuff. So, but you know, everybody's got to have those boundaries and whatnot. I don't know.
That probably was my problem. Like I didn't have boundaries. I didn't know what that was. I thought I had boundaries, but I didn't. I've been a confessional for the last like, oh my God.
Yeah, exactly. Your Jupiter's on your
Antares. Yeah.
See, I wouldn't peg that as the problem. So I would read Jupiter on Antares as like, this is where you're the most impactful. This is where you're having, you know,
always felt like I was transmuting these energies for these people, like helping them work through it. Like I couldn't even go to the beach, you know, I couldn't even go to the beach. I'd have somebody come to me and tell me all of their everything.
Yes. But I think your issue with that, I don't think that that's the problem. I think that you're in that position for a reason. And I think that that's actually good for other people. I think your issues are the other sensitivity areas that come in where you feel everything on top of it.
Oh, it's bad. I don't like it. Yeah. Ugh. I'm learning the food sensitivity issues are real. I've had plenty of people that I've talked to have told me it's all in my head. And I'm like, you're right. And then I go and eat concession stand food. And then I die. Yes. So it's not in my head. I'm like, ooh, I'm going to like manifest this to not happen. And I woke up Saturday with my eyes are little slits and I'm just dead. I was dead. I'm still dead. I'm still feeling it, you guys. So I flipped out yesterday and I was like, the next person to tell me that all of these sensitivity issues are all in my head, like they're going to get it because that's not. This is real. This is as real as it gets.
I hate that. Like, like, oh, it's just your imagination. No.
Yeah.
I mean, that does happen.
Sometimes I believe that. Sure, sometimes I'm like, you know, maybe it is. Maybe I just, maybe I'm making all this shit up and then
we can do that. But no, I've seen your chart. Like, you're not.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why I even try anymore. Dude, I can't. Yeah. I can't even. But you're right about like where the food comes from. Like, you guys, I hate going grocery shopping. I hate leaving my apartment. I hate being around people, but I love people. Why? Well,
it's because you're getting pulled from two different directions.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, and it's all like square the lunar nodes now. So I'm like coming to terms with things. I'm accepting things. I've accepted my fate. You know, I'm building my future. I'm coming up with different plans, different things. You know, it's cooking up something good to build the actual future blocks on. You know, like. That's what I'm looking at. I'm excited. So, well, we have a lot of plans for the ISAA. You know,
we sure do.
We didn't start this thing, you know, with no plans in mind. So,
we got hoping.
Oh my God, I can't wait for in-person conferences, you guys. And I would love to be able to do an actual stargazing event as well. So that's like awesome. Super in the future. And I want to definitely get on top of that and set it up so that we can actually meet in person, you know, and do cool stuff and talk to astronomers. What's funny is astronomers won't really talk. They won't talk to me. I mean, they'll talk to me, you know, if they think they have a chance, like, and I'm pretty or whatever, but like I need your skills. Like, do you want to like actually join? And none of them are into astrology. None of them.
No, they can't be. That's not, you know, they just can't be.
It's lame.
I'm in a similar situation. The other, seriologists and Sumerologists like can't really interact with me too much because I do astrology. So like that's, you know, even the Assyriologists and Sumerologists who've talked about Babylonian astrology, the way that most of them talk about it, it's very clinical and they have to kind of shit on it a little bit because If not, like it looks like they're interested, and that's just, you can't do it, as an academic on that level, like as a strict scientist. Now, a lot of doctors and psychiatrists, psychologists, they do use astrology, and that's been going on for a very long time, but they're also, a lot of them are in more of a position of control, like they have more say over, the different techniques that they use, than like your average physicist, right? Like you get laughed out of academia at a certain point. So.
Yeah. I've been joining some astronomy groups, and I've kind of been scanning it, and I would love to be able to, absorb a few astronomers that want to educate astrologers. That's kind of where I've been scanning and looking, but
okay,
I haven't found any.
Scouting them out.
Yeah, I'm scouting right now, and trust me, they don't really like astrologers.
No, they're not. No, they're not into it. You gotta they'll find. You know what? They'll find it.
The right person will find us. Yeah, the right people, I should say. So the right group.
Yes, it's happening.
I know, because that's the whole point of using the real sky and astrological coordinates, everything. I mean, wouldn't you love to be able to have a little bit of an education on it and being taught by a real astronomer who's been doing it for like ever? I think that's really cool.
That would be really cool.
That's sure. Just me. I nerd out about the silliest things.
Speaking of astronomers, 3-Eye Atlas.
Yeah. Oh my God. You guys, it could be aliens.
It could be.
It could be. I don't know. You know what? I've been trying to think of it in a way that the ancients would have thought of it if they were catching this in the sky. And we talked a little bit about this on our our WhatsApp channel. And the Babylonian omens, you guys. Okay. Like I want to give you a little, every omen they had was definitely mostly negative when it came to comets, when it came to all of that. And they were always like, oh, where it is and like what path of the, gods it's taking is definitely
not just that. Is it coming from the north, south, east, west? What color is it?
And I didn't know that either. Yeah. Like they dissected it. So
yes,
like it's really interesting that it's traveling along the ecliptic, because I didn't know that until I pulled it up on Stellarium. And so I made my own little Babylonian omen, and, and it's just like, if we were to believe in these things, we would totally see a change in leadership, or a death of a leader when that comet hits like Regulus. That's what the Babylonian omens would have, priests and priestesses would have said. They would have been like, oh the king needs to go and do all of these rituals. They need to do all of these rituals and wash your hands and brush your teeth, whatever it is they got to do. And if he doesn't do the rituals, he's going to die. So.
Yeah, that's real, or an enemy is going to attack. So I don't even think, yes, we could see with the King Star, that would definitely be some potential. But I also think just the connection with Leo in general in Babylon, we're going to get natal associations. We're going to get Venus associations. And there's definitely, by Babylon, she's the goddess of war and victory. And she has those traits too. So it will be interesting to see.
And I think
when does that happen?
It hits right after Christmas time, like right around December 28th, 29th. We'll see Atlas cross over Regulus in Leo. And then Pluto will be with, oh my God, I think Pluto might be with, or I'm sorry, Mars might be with Pluto at that time. I can't
Let me look. I'll check. You said what? It's sometime in December?
Yeah, the end of December.
Okay, hold on.
Like right before the new year.
All right, Mars. Yeah.
Oh, no, it'll be, I
don't know.
It'll be in the galactic center when it hits Regulus. Then we'll have, Ooh, that's interesting. The galactic center is a really interesting area in the sky. You guys, you don't even get that with tropical. Come on.
No.
It's like Magic Gate. Okay. It's like the magic cosmic gate, right? I love the way you put it when you say like all of that crown chakra, like intuition, knowledge, like outside otherworldly, information lives
Yeah,
there.
it's just crammed in there.
Yeah.
Crammed in
there.
Somewhere around here-ish. I used to be able to find it on here. I don't know. I can't find it now. Like, it used to be able to search for it, and I don't know. I must be putting in the wrong thing. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. So, yeah, I mean, the galactic center usually, what is that kind of like a take? Is it a take thing?
What do you mean?
Is it cut away things? Like, I might be thinking about something else.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't remember what it's wrote down, actually.
Pouring out energy. It's pouring out electromagnetic energy.
Yeah, because it's an electromagnetic universe, guys.
It sure is. Cool. And I think anybody who's been watching 3A Atlas should probably see that evidence now with when the object reached perihelion with the sun. The sun had all kinds of cosmic bursts, like flaring out at it. And that's something that you would see if there's an electromagnetic discharge between these two things. So I don't know how people can look at this stuff and not, like, it just seems really obvious. I don't know. I don't understand it.
We're raised, here in the United States a little different. They don't educate anybody to, like, I don't know. What's weird is, like, you go to school and you learn something, you graduate into the next level, and then they're like, hey, guess what? Everything we taught you, that was a lie. We're going to teach it what it really is. And it happens with every single level up you get. Even college, you get to college and, like, forget everything you learned. Like, we're going to do real speak here.
Hey, how about some weird stuff that apparently is not true anymore? I remember my whole life, I'm like, Mom, why? Now, my mom was a nurse. Okay. Why do your veins look blue? Like, she told me, because blood is blue until it hits oxygen. Okay. Well, she told me that for years, and everybody else said that too. I learned about that in biology class. Well, apparently that's not a thing. And now, in, like, retrospect, it makes sense, because then why are they called red blood cells? Why aren't they called blue blood cells? But apparently that's not real anymore. Everybody says that's they think it might be a Mandela effect, because yes. What are some of the other ones? Like, there's a bunch of them coming out.
At my veins, I'm like, oh, they look kind of green. Actually.
Well, that's because the vein is actually. Well, it shouldn't be dark, though. See, that's the thing. Like, your vein, if you move the blood up on your wrist, like you're, like up on the vein, the vein is not still blue. So it does look blue in the vein, but apparently, like, that's not true. So, just one of many weird things about reality that's changing.
Dude, yeah, reality is getting weird. I keep seeing this same video. Like, somebody was like, do you guys all remember when Charlie Sheen died, and now they're doing interviews with him?
Oh, I don't remember him dying.
I don't remember him dying. I remember him being like, coming out and saying, yeah, I'm crazy and I do a lot of drugs and now I'm HIV positive. And that was it.
Well, what happened with him? He should have probably been dead forever ago. He had this doctor. And the doctor was so confident that he had cured Charlie Sheen's HIV that he injected Charlie Sheen's blood into his own body. And he was able to, quote unquote, cure the HIV. Okay. So, this was years ago. And I mean, we're talking like maybe 20 years ago now, like 2005, right?
Yeah. It was a long time ago. I know. It was a while
something
ago.
Like that. Like, Charlie Sheen seems like he's kind of the same as he was back then. So I don't know. Maybe he cured it. Maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know. That sounds sus. That sounds so
yeah,
sus.
But also, like, there have been doctors who have found cures for cancer and stuff. Like, they find, there's the sound therapy that they do. Like, they find the frequency of the cancer cell and then go in and kill. And then these doctors end up, like, they disappear. Like, they get hit by a car, or they just magically, die out of nowhere, and then somebody.
Well, yeah, look at all the holistic doctors that killed themselves before COVID. There was like a list of like 40 of them or something. All committed.
Up. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, that it's another conspiracy theory.
Right.
So you go look.
Yeah, well, all the conspiracy theories are turning out to be true.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I saw Tucker Carlson did an interview with some guy about chemtrails, which made me happy. I didn't watch it because I would just get pissed off. But
yeah, I've been avoiding the rage bait.
The chemtrails we learned, I think the last week or the week before, that's one of the ones that gets me really worked up. It really frustrates me. For some reason, I don't understand why.
The cloud seeding, all of that, it just doesn't seem to make sense to me. What are we hiding, And I've been told, well, it's because the sun changed and like our atmosphere changed. And so they need to blah, 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 blah. I don't know. They could come up with some shit and they're like, this is why we, seed the clouds and change the weather. And we're trying to,
for years, they said we were all imagining things. I think that's why it makes me so mad because
they did.
Look at the sky. Like this was not here before. If you were born before, at least me, you at least had at least 10, 20 years of clear blue skies. The last few times I've gone to Michigan is terrible. Michigan is awful. It's a grid pattern. Like you can see they're intentionally doing it, but not only that, it like blocks out the sun. When my mom came here the first time, our window faced east, and she's like, "Oh my God, I woke up and it was in the summertime." She's like, "It's 3 a.m. I thought there was a nuclear explosion." She's like, "I thought I was looking at the nuclear flash because it's so ridiculously bright outside in the morning." I'm like, we don't have chemtrails. Like, this is what the sky is supposed to look like. In Michigan, you can sit and like watch the sunrise for a while. You can definitely watch the sunset too. And like, it's all real hazy because everything that they're spraying. But like here, you can't look outside in the morning, like until around noon, because it's the sky's too clean.
Do you think it's like an experiment to control the weather, so they can like, I think
if I had to
stronger storms,
channel my inner Alex Jones.
Yeah.
I think that it's a greater, because it's happening all over the world. Yes, there's an element of a lot of people want to play God and they want to try to see if they can control the weather. And I think it's, it goes well beyond just cloud seeding and rain. It's more, it seems to have something to do, for sure they're doing it under the guise of, well, we're trying to cool the planet down because of global warming, which
I'm really so sick of that. I'm really tired.
Well, and that's the thing. The whole plan is actually really about depopulation. Like they really they're getting to the point now. They're coming to and again, this is me being conspiratorial. Okay?
No, go ahead.
But they're getting to the point where they don't really need human workers. Okay, they're right there. They're right at the edge of like we can actually start getting rid of these people. Now, this has been their stated Agenda 21, the UN plan. It's been going on, depopulation agenda.
Guys, you can look it up. They literally put it on their website. They put it on their website. You can read it for yourselves. This isn't made up.
They want to depopulate the planet. I forget the number, but it's like it's in the 100 millions, which is a small amount compared to what we currently have, somewhere between 8 to 9 billion. But they have a lot of different ways that they can do this. Now, Bill Gates said, and I know because I got a video taken down because I made one about it showing his quotes. He was doing a TED talk and he specifically says, if we do a really, really great job with vaccines and what was the other word? Basically.
I know what you're talking about. I saw this. This.
If we do a good job with vaccines and birth control and what was the word he used? Like basically women's reproductive rights. I think that's what he used. We can get the population down. Or he was talking, we can get the carbon. That's how they do it. We can get the carbon level down to 0. You're talking about depopulation. You just didn't say we got to kill all these people, but he does bring it up in other conversations where he's talking about like, the wars are actually a bunch of these like World Economic Forum people and all kinds of stuff. They're talking about ways that we can basically kill people off. We need more famines. We need more wars. We need all these things. So one of the things that's coming down from these particles, there's heavy metals, there's aluminum, there's like that makes people go crazy. It causes all kinds of neurological problems. Now, I'm not saying, I think that humanity's being hit from a lot of different areas. I don't think, okay, so I'm going to diverge from Alex Jones here and like Tucker Carlson and all those other people. I don't think that there's some like demonic conspiracy where the demons are trying to like suck the soul. I think that's like Ola Walney stuff. Like, they're energy. I don't think that's necessary in this situation. I think I think we could just get away with, some people are just assholes and they want to control things,
Yeah, they just want to own everything and they just want to feel powerful and good. Like they have like the biggest,
Yes, there's a saying.
Stick.
Yes, exactly. There's a saying that currency, no, money is a poor man's currency. And what this refers to is like people like Bill Gates and, whoever else, some of these oligarchs, a lot of the ones that we'll never hear their names, we don't even hear about. They have so much money, it doesn't get them anything. What they really want is control. They want to know that like they're pulling the puppet strings. And that sounds crazy to normal people like us. And that's why we have.
Oh no, I have met crazy people. They have people with money. Okay. I used to do hair, you guys, and they would have nothing to do but stare at themselves and go, I don't know if I like this. I don't know if I like this spot either. And they literally have no life beyond just, I don't know. You think it's going to be great to be rich. They're the most miserable. Some of them are the most miserable people you've ever met in your life. Okay.
Yeah, there's nice
and
ones out
you're
there
like,
too.
Test me, universe. I've said that too. I'm like, you can test me, universe.
I know a lot of like super rich people, and they
are so unhappy.
They take their family and they volunteer at soup kitchens and stuff. So again, I think
but
you don't hear about those ones.
You don't hear, no, you never hear about those good folks.
They're not those people aren't trying to control the universe. So that's probably why we don't hear about them quite as much. So why were we talking about that
PTSD?
Oh, we were talking about the chemtrails and why.
Yeah, the chemtrails. Well, here's the thing. I mean, you have scientists coming out and saying, oh yeah, all the planets are warming up. Like, remember when they took pictures of Mars and had all that snow on it? Do you guys remember that in the back in like the 90s? I swear to God.
Maybe the poles.
Yeah, on the poles. And then it's melting. It's like,
well, hold on. They haven't even proven, how could it be snow on Mars? Because they haven't proven that there's water yet. They think that there is. They silently.
There was, though. Shut up.
See, there
was. And there was a pyramid. There was a face. There was all this stuff they took pictures of.
Yeah, that's still there.
Oh, they scrubbed it. They'll tell you right now. That's not what the rover saw. And
that's what's going on with 3i Atlas. Okay, so listen, you guys. All the independent astronomers who are taking pictures of this thing, they're all seeing the same fuzzy blur, and the jets are in the wrong direction. Like they're not facing it has an anti-tail. The tail should be facing behind it, like towards the sun as it's moving away.
Yes. I watched
it's in the wrong. Yeah, it's in the wrong direction. So NASA just released this image that it's the first one, and it looks predictably like a comet. But what's interesting is it's the first one they've given out. They've been real hush hush about it. None of the other astronomers are like being able to back up what they're depicting. Like it looks.
Yeah, that's because NASA sucks, you guys. NASA lies, and they're just so like you can't even. They've shot half their videos underwater.
Yeah,
like come on, it's been Dude, I know. Okay, when you told me you didn't believe in the moon landing happened, I was like, and I literally went and looked at all the videos, and I was like, how did I fall for this? How was I like, oh yeah, that makes so much sense? And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, even the blast videos from testing the nuclear bombs. It was this Jersey guy. Did you send me the video? This Jersey guy.
I don't know.
Swearing. It's like, yeah, like I'm gonna believe that. What happened to the car in the back? It's like gone, and then it's there. And he's debunking all the videos. And I'm watching. I'm like, what timeline did I wake up on?
No, it makes
crazy, but it makes sense.
The nuclear bomb videos are crazy because they look. Like they horrified me. I was terrified of nuclear war, like my entire, like those videos are so creepy. But then you think about it and you're like, wait a second, everything's moving from the concussion, but yet this camera is just perfectly still on top of this light post or wherever it's supposed to be at. Like they definitely, when you look at it again, they do look like models. You can't unsee it. Now, I'm not saying all the nuclear tests were not real or whatever, but those videos are definitely fake.
Yeah, the ones underwater were probably real. Nuclear explosion, nuclear testing underwater.
Yeah, that one might be a little harder. I don't know.
They did. They did do that. I mean, that might have been it. I don't know. They might have. I can't imagine they didn't test it at all before they dropped those bombs on Hiroshima and in Japan.
No, they
I couldn't imagine
I just think that the videos were fake, but that's them putting out propaganda videos.
Propaganda.
They still try it. They still try to get away with it. And
I don't know. I don't know if obviously 3i isn't going to stop at Earth and be like, hey guys, what's up?
No,
but
it's well on its way out.
Yeah. I mean, I think Stellarium stops tracking it once it hits like Jupiter.
I didn't know Stellarium was tracking it at all.
Yeah, you can put a 3i atlas in there. It'll pop up.
Yeah. Hold on, you guys.
It'll put it right in there.
3i. I don't see it. It's not on mine. I probably got to update my software. Yeah, it's not showing up on mine. That's probably why I thought that it wasn't on here.
Oh, darn it.
Maybe it's on the web application.
Oh, yeah, that's the one I use. I use the web one. So that's
that's definitely why.
Yeah. But yeah, it's in Virgo right now. It already passed Spica.
Okay.
And it's heading towards Leo right now. So I know I was telling my coworkers about the Babylonian omens, and they're like, we could think of somebody it could take out. And I'm like, I could think of a few people actually, but
probably a lot of them. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, these are just Babylonian omens. It's more like superstitions. So
yeah, they get kind of silly. Some of them.
They do. I mean, it's past other stars already. I mean, so it did pass Spica. So what happened then when it passed Spica? I mean, I guess.
Well, and that's the thing. This stuff we
Yeah.
can only really tell if we're looking at the themes across the whole globe. Because if we just look at it in our individual lives or in the lives of our cities or state or country or like even the hemisphere, like it's very different than maybe what's going on somewhere else. So I think that stuff needs to be taken into consideration. But
yeah, I think you're right. I do think you're right. It does have to affect, I mean, literally the whole world in order for it to be
right.
I don't know. I think the whole Epstein file thing definitely affects the global community.
That is a global thing because America is the world's largest superpower, and if somebody's got dirt on every single U.S. politician, and that's affecting the events of the world, yes, I agree that is not just something that affects the United States for sure.
Well, what was going on around November 1st and Halloween? I don't think anything like we hadn't had a release of any files then. I mean, I think it was everything was ho-hum because that was around the time that Atlas and Venus met up right over Spica. So
it wasn't okay.
Yeah, if we were going to look at Babylonian omens, I mean, I guess I'll ask.
Well, yeah, but the chat. Hey, the files aren't out, and they're going to redact everything.
I know. That's why everybody voted. Yeah, they're like, yeah, because my name got scrubbed off of it.
Yep, that's all. It's going to be it's going to be a stack of papers, and it's all going to be blacked out.
Yeah, it's just a big circle jerk. Thanks, guys. Thanks for wasting our time.
Yeah,
I got excited about it, and then my son told me that, and he's usually like right about everything, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's a mess.
It is.
But I mean, have there ever really been any governments that aren't corrupt? Like ever in history? I don't know.
Leadership. I wonder what happened. I was thinking about the patriarchy versus the matriarchy. So everyone's like, oh, the matriarchy would work so much better. I've worked with women. Okay.
Yeah, I disagree with that completely.
I disagree. If we went full matriarchy, there would be problems, big ones, worse than patriarchy, probably. Just a guess, because I've worked with women and I've seen the manipulative nature that comes with being a woman. And I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, I think it's just people. It's just a different style of evil.
It is. It's different, but it's like we got to be able to find a way to mix them together, okay? Because there's a duality thing happening here on Earth. If you guys haven't noticed,
for sure.
So we got to integrate these energies together, and that's how it works. We can't have it super matriarch. We can't have a super patriarch. We need to be able to come together and work together and respect each other's strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
That's just an idea. I mean, I don't know if it's like a good one, but it seems like it could work,
Yeah, some of it, I think it all goes back to
fear.
Well, yeah, but a lot of this starts in the family, in the home, I saw, so there's this clip on YouTube, and it's this girl, and she's basically she's body shaming this guy for like the shape of his lips. And I heard that again the other day. I'm like, how you have to hear that at home. You have to hear your mom or your dad just like ragging on people, like talking, like making fun of their personal appearance. I don't think in my entire life I ever hear my mom say something bad about somebody's body. So like that was something I got in a lot of fights, but I never ever, talked any smack about somebody's appearance. Cause that's like, on top of that, it's like the one thing that they literally don't have any control over. Right.
Yeah. It's low blow stuff. It's really low blow stuff.
Yeah. But it made me think like, it's just another sign of like somebody's character. So much of that, is you had a good influence in your life. You had somebody positive who told you like, hey, we don't make fun of people from based on what they look like or what the color of their skin is. My daughter's like, do huskies not want to talk to the other black dogs? I'm like, no, honey, animals don't care what color people are. Only other people care. Like, that's not something that animals care about at all. She's like, oh, okay.
When I was a kid, I remembered, well, I don't know if I remembered this so much, but I still was very much connected to the other side, where I was like, I know we come here and we play a game, and we're playing like soap opera or whatever, like movie we decided we wanted to be the star in.
Right.
And I remember being like, I've been Chinese, I've been black, I've been all of these things before, and now I'm Nikki. I just remember being like, oh, like I just remember seeing darker skin, So, but it was really cool when I was a kid, and then you just get that kind of stuff, beaten out of you after a while. It's like, oh yeah, you're here, that everyone's special. They're in their own special way. I grew up actually with somebody who loved to criticize other people and make fun of them, make fun of the way they look. I mean, it was horrible. A parent. And so you really like knew what not to say to people and what to say to actually trigger them. But I never wanted to make anybody feel like how that made me feel. And I got into the beauty industry because, you're that insecure. There's like an underlying under the skin insecurity that happens when somebody nitpicks at the way that you look, and you literally can't help it. Like you literally cannot help the way you look. So yeah, I have a special, I don't know. I don't want to say hatred, but like when people do that kind of stuff, it's just, I hold it. There's a special place in my heart where like, I'm never going to forget. And I will get you one day for saying that.
A lot of the fights I got in high school was from people doing that. Like even one of my friends, I whooped that girl's ass because she just couldn't keep her mouth shut. She picked on these poor kids. She would talk so much shit about like how people dress. I'm like, and I'm thinking over here, like, dude, my family's dirt poor. Like they don't have these, like I knew even in 7th grade, I'm like, no, they don't have an option here. Like, what's this happening? But I think it speaks to like, to culture in general. So like if your society is corrupt, the corruption is starting at home. That evil, that sickness, that people, they buy into that. And I say evil, I don't really mean that they're, it's like, it's that corruption.
It's the energy, not necessarily the people. The people are just absorbing what it is that the
programs. The programming to be an asshole and to be just a bad person is starting most of the time at home. Obviously there's mental illness, there's chemical assault, there's like weird other things that are going on too. I'm grossly generalizing, but I think when I'm bringing that back to the government situation, a lot of these people are in government who have to control and manipulate, and they just want all the money. They're just really broken, damaged human beings, which again is why I don't think that we need like some satanic
excuse.
Like let's not blame it on demons. Let's take a good hard look at ourselves And,
it's, I've watched a lot of television, and, I'm telling you, Scooby-Doo was like my favorite growing up, and it still is. Like, it's always a man, you guys. It's always a man in a mask, a woman in a mask. It's always a human being pretending to be somebody they're not.
That's actually a really good analogy, Nikki. Yeah.
It is. It always is. And they've shown us episode after episode, you guys. So
yeah,
that's why I'm like, that's why I defend the Fae, because I'm like, half the time it's probably some freaking gross.
Yeah, that's probably true. I agree with that.
Trying to,
Most of the forest abductions are probably people, unfortunately. Biba's Blessing Box says, what? I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Also, so Thanos got it. It can be a lonely existence. Your star map says, yes, 3i Atlas following the ecliptic. Biba's Blessing Box says, didn't they release the Jeff's art in October? I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is, Nikki?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know what that means.
Your star map says have to honor masculine and feminine in each individual. Yeah, let's bring that back, you guys. Let's bring back the balance between divine masculine and divine feminine.
When did everybody care so much? Like, who's gay? Who's not? Who cares? How about that? Who cares? Like, when did somebody's sexual orientation or the way they present themselves matter? It's just like some other nitpicky thing, like your color of your skin or your hair's too straight or your hair's
miserable SOBs. That's who.
There you go.
Only people who cares.
Those are the only ones who care, who have some other self-esteem issue that they aren't willing to look at or deal with. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, Biba says Epstein, they had a book they released. Okay, maybe, yeah.
Well, what's funny about Epstein is he's supposed to be dead, but his bank account's still rolling. Everything, all of his estate's still going. We never saw a body. I'm telling you, this guy's probably back in.
That's possible, Nikki. That is.
He's not dead. I'm telling you, he's not. I connect. I don't feel that guy dead over there. I don't think he's dead.
I don't know. I couldn't say, but
I can't prove it. So I'm just,
but no, I think that's just as likely as any other situation. There's no reason to think that that's like that crazy. They do stuff like that all the time.
All the time.
Tupac is probably dead though. So is Elvis.
Yeah. So yeah, I know there was a couple people who were like, "Oh, Kurt Cobain didn't really kill himself." I was like, "Have you seen his real chart?"
But they have crime scene photos and stuff. So
he really did. I don't know, that whole thing where like his wife had him killed, or I was like, I don't know.
Do you ever see the thing about Anne Heche?
Yeah, that was nuts. Oh my God. Sorry, I didn't mean to like scream into the.
No, you didn't.
That was nuts. I saw that video. They're like, oh, that poor thing, she's dead, and then she hops out of the body bag.
Right out of it. She's not burned. She's fighting with them. Absolutely. That is one of the creepiest things ever.
And then they're like, she's dead. Like obviously that's the only way to play off her, like what she did.
Wasn't she getting ready to like do a Scientology documentary or something? If I recall, that was something.
I don't know. I heard she was just on a lot of drugs and a lot of
pills. That's what they would say anyways.
Yeah.
But like they said she was in there on fire and she clearly popped out like you just said. Yeah, she just hopped out of the friggin' back of the ambulance.
I don't know. We talk about Hollywood and stuff, and I really do feel like they probably do kill children and drink their blood and have a whole deep, dark, sinister cult thing going on.
Yeah, for sure. What are you gonna do? Like if you have millions of dollars, like at a certain point, how many yachts can you buy? How many private jets? Like
well, they've got videos like Angelina Jolie. They got her on some like VHS tape talking to her friends about it,
Yeah.
Like people like thought it was so cool. Like, look at me, I'm part of this group now. And like I got gang banged and like everybody loves me. Watch me jump into this pool. Like I was listening to it and I'm like, you joined the wrong group. I think I get it. She's a humanitarian now and loves children. That's scary to me. Like somebody who is that deep into Hollywood stuff just absolutely has to work with children. Like an adoption agency. She made out with her brother? Thank you. Yeah, we're talking weird shit, you guys. And everyone loves her work. She's such a humanitarian, and I agree. Yeah. I saw that. And I went, fuck. puked in my mouth. I was like, I think about my brother and I'm like, I want to punch him in his face, actually.
Right.
So that whole thing, I mean, come on. We got to take a look at these people and we got to take a look at the trail, the paper trail. So I'm not saying she's dirty or anything like that. But that who's that guy that got killed that they made a martyr out of that was nobody forever on TikTok? Charlie something?
So no. He's not. No.
Was that
definitely Charlie Kirk?
Charlie Kirk. So his wife actually knew Trump way before she ever met Charlie Kirk.
That's a whole
and she worked for an orphanage in Romania, and they like kicked her ass out because there was a lot of funny things happening. I heard this, and I'm not sure.
The whole thing is sketchy. Oh, she fake cries on all the video. Oh, she does not produce tears. That whole situation's really messed up. Charlie Kirk's actually like a huge national phenomenon. So he wasn't a nobody per se.
He wasn't. Just to me, because I live under a
rock. He was actually a really decent human being.
I just see somebody who was a victim.
They for sure took him out. It stinks from top to bottom. Okay, I had a 30-06. I've shot a many a creature. Okay, let me just tell you, you don't keep your neck, your head and stuff if you get shot from a 30-06, and like that's not how that works.
I kind of figured that.
Not only that, but like the whole thing from top to bottom, it's actually extraordinary. So I went on like a YouTube fast for like 4 months. I just didn't even look. I didn't turn on my phone. I didn't do any of that stuff. And then that happened. And I kind of stayed off for a couple of days because they didn't have any information. And I'm like, I talked to my brother. He's like really big into like politics and everything. And I'm like, what happened? Because I thought he was, the country that shall not be named. I thought he was like, towing their line and pushing their stuff. He's like, no, he started to turn over the last few weeks. He's been questioning like the official narrative, the NSIJ and all that other stuff. And I'm like, oh, that means they for sure took him out. And now this was in the beginning, like days later. Now you can't say that as a pundit or something. I'll say it because I don't care. But it is now pretty much like a guarantee. And then you got Netanyahu like within minutes being like, "Oh, we definitely didn't kill him." Like,
dude, nothing says that. And then the guy who was guarding him that day was an Israeli intelligence agent.
His whole team was all Now, and there were now it's come out. There were 8 Israeli cell phones there. So apparently now Candace Owens, I'm not sure how you guys feel about her one way or another, but she is really good at digging out some information. She did a whole documentary on Brigitte Macron's penis. So it's actually pretty interesting if you guys like want to check into that.
I just heard penis. I was like, what?
Yes. So but they went in and they tracked it, and these are public sites, that you can go and look stuff up. But there's a Egyptian aircraft in particular that they keep following. They've tracked it down to find they're landing nearby Erica Kirk, which is really crazy. Now Candace and Erica are friends, and she's been very careful not to like say anything that is accusing her, but at the same time she's like, what is going on? The chances of this happening, it's been like some 40 sometimes or whatever. But like the chances of this particular airplane landing nearby to her is like 0.00007 or something, something goofy like that. So the whole thing's crazy. How do we get on this, Nikki? What's going on?
I don't know, man, but that whole thing stinks. And this Epstein file thing, this global conspiracy, and guess what? This is a repeat of 2008 when everybody gets effed and nobody goes to jail for it.
Yep, that's right.
This is just another repeat of 2008, and that's when we saw Saturn and Neptune in opposition. So now we're starting a new cycle now where they're going to come together and be officially by the minute conjunct in February.
Has it been conjunct since summer?
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking I'm hedging like on this fact that something's going to happen in February.
All right, we'll see.
We'll have to see. I'm excited. Maybe something will happen, but it's probably gonna be bad. So I don't want to do that. Actually,
here's the thing, though. Like, unless somebody comes out with a cure for cancer, like all the news that we get is bad. So, that's what we're gonna see is the bad stuff.
I don't know how we got here.
Yeah, I don't know. We went off the rails for sure. You guys, I gotta go eat. I'm starving. I haven't eaten yet. I'm fasting. So that's why I've been talking so much. It sounds like I did a couple lines before I got on the call today or drink like a pot of coffee. I did not.
No, you just got into it. You just got into it.
I got energy. The fasting makes you have energy and you're like, what do I do next? I gotta do something, right? Okay. So we're gonna be back next week, you guys, with Dr. Roman Kolev, and he's gonna talk about Babylonian astrology. Again, if you wanna join the discussion, the Babylonian astrology discussion, that's going to be on the 29th. It's a Saturday, I think 11 a.m. Eastern. And the link to join that is going to be in the video description. Otherwise, you guys check out the International Sidereal Astrology Association. Subscribe to our other YouTube channel, Sidereal Rising Podcast. That's going to be cool too. Please, you guys, submit your articles for the Sidereal Rising Journal. Okay, like please get them in as soon as possible.
Yes, get published.
And otherwise,
get published. Have something to brag about, you guys. I got published in a awesome, book. Come on, I'm a published author. Let's do this.
Yes, you are. So let's do it. Otherwise, happy new moon in Libra. Hopefully it doesn't get too weird, and we'll see you next time. Yeah,
we'll see you later, guys.
Let's do it.